Ever wondered how to make delicious shrimp tacos in just 15 minutes? Today's video, we're diving into the culinary world to demystify this delectable seafood dish, talking about a recipe that's not only quick and easy, but also perfect for any occasion. It's a sunny afternoon picnic or a cozy dinner date. These shrimp tacos are a surefire way to impress. So, are you ready to discover this culinary gem? Stay tuned to learn how to create this seafood delight in a short span of time. To start off, gather all the necessary ingredients. When it comes to crafting the perfect shrimp taco, quality is key. Let's dive into what you'll need. Up, we need the star of our show, the shrimp. A pound of fresh, succulent shrimp will do the trick. These little sea gems are not just delicious, they're also packed with protein, making them a fantastic choice for health enthusiasts. You'll need some soft, warm tortillas to house our shrimp. 8 small corn tortillas should be enough. Not only are they gluten-free, but they also add a wonderful texture and flavor to our tacos. The marinade, we're going to need a blend of spices. We'll need 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika. These spices will give our shrimp a smoky, spicy kick. To balance it out, we'll also need a squeeze of fresh lime juice. Now let's talk toppings. We'll need a cup of finely shredded red cabbage, a diced avocado, and a handful of chopped fresh cilantro. These ingredients will add a burst of color, freshness, and crunch to our tacos. For the sauce, you'll need half a cup of Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of lime juice, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. This sauce will be creamy, tangy, and a little bit garlicky, a perfect complement to our spicy shrimp. But not least, we'll need a dash of salt to season, and a drizzle of olive oil for cooking. Remember, you can always adjust the quantities based on your preference and the number of people you're serving. Cooking is all about flexibility and personalization, so feel free to add or subtract ingredients as you see fit. That all the ingredients are ready, it's time to get cooking. Our next step is to prepare the shrimp, so stay tuned. Start by preparing the shrimp. It's time to these little sea dwellers some love. The first step is to clean them. Now, you'd think these little guys would be spotless living in all that water, but it's not quite the case, so let's get them cleaned up. Run cold water over the shrimp and gently rub off any dirt or debris. Next up, we're going to devein them. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. It's just a fancy term for removing the digestive tract. To do this, simply make a shallow cut along the back of the shrimp, and you'll see a little black line. That's the vein. Use the tip of your knife to pull it out. If it's being stubborn, a toothpick will do the trick. Once you've got them cleaned and deveined, it's time to marinate. This is where we can infuse some real flavor into these shrimp. Start with a squeeze of fresh lime juice, which will give it a zesty kick. Follow this with some minced garlic, a sprinkle of chili powder for a touch of heat, and a dash of cumin for that earthy depth. Add a hint of honey for a subtle sweetness that will balance out the spice. Mix it all together until your shrimp are coated in this delicious marinade. Remember, shrimp are delicate creatures. They don't need to marinate for hours on end, just 15 to 20 minutes will do. This will allow the flavors to mingle and the acid in the lime juice to tenderize the shrimp. And there you have it. Your shrimp are now cleaned, deveined, and marinating in a flavorful bath, ready to be transformed into mouth-watering tacos. It's not just about throwing ingredients together, it's about treating each component with care and respect. The shrimp prepared, we can move on to the next step. It's time to cook the shrimp. Let's turn up the heat, shall we? Place your pan on the stove and adjust the flame to medium-high. We want the pan nice and hot, but not smoking. Now add a splash of olive oil, swirling it around to coat the base. Once the oil is shimmering, carefully lay the shrimp in a single layer. Listen to that sizzle. It's the sound of deliciousness in the making. Now let's cook the shrimp for about 2 minutes on each side. Remember, it's crucial not to overcook them. They should turn a nice pink color and curl slightly when they're ready. Give them a gentle stir, making sure each one gets its share of heat. The aroma of cooking shrimp filling your kitchen should be quite enticing by now. And there you have it. Perfectly cooked shrimp, succulent and ready to be the star of our taco. The shrimp cooked, we're halfway through the recipe. While the shrimp cooks, prepare the toppings. Start with the vegetables. Fresh, crisp, and colorful veggies not only add a delightful crunch to your tacos, but they also pack in a nutritional punch. First, grab your sharp knife and cutting board. We'll begin with the bell peppers. Core them, remove the seeds, and dice into small, bite-sized pieces. The vibrant reds, yellows, and greens will give our tacos a lively, festive look. Let's move on to the red onions. Peel the outer layer, cut off the ends, and finely dice them. We'll bring a gentle sweetness and a slight kick to our taco filling. Remember, the smaller you dice these, the more evenly they'll distribute their flavor. For the cilantro, rinse it under cold water to remove any dirt or grit, shake off the excess water, and finely chop it. The fresh aromatic flavor of cilantro will bring a bright note to our shrimp tacos, balancing out the rich, savory taste of the shrimp. It's time for the sauce now. In a bowl, mix together sour cream, lime juice, and a dash of hot sauce. Stir until it's smooth and creamy. This tangy, spicy sauce will be the perfect finishing touch, adding a kick and a hint of creaminess to our tacos. Let's prepare the avocado. Slice it in half, remove the pit, and scoop out the flesh. Dice it into small pieces. The creamy, buttery texture of avocado will add a richness to our tacos that's hard to resist. And there we have it, a medley of fresh, vibrant toppings, each bringing its unique flavor and texture to the table. Remember, the key to a great taco lies in the balance of flavors and textures. So, don't be afraid to play around with these ingredients until you find your perfect combination. That the toppings are ready, it's time to assemble the tacos. Now for the fun part, assembling the tacos. It's like putting together the pieces of a delicious edible puzzle. Let's start with warming the tortillas. It's a simple step, but it makes all the difference. Warm tortillas are more pliable and bring out the natural corn or flour flavors. You can do this over a gas stove, flipping them occasionally until they're lightly toasted, or in the oven for a few minutes. Once your tortillas are warm and toasty, it's time to add the star of the show, the cooked shrimp. Lay them out evenly across the tortilla. Not too many, not too few. Just the right amount to savor the shrimp in every bite. Here comes the color, the crunch, the zest, the toppings. This is where you can let your creativity run wild. Start with a generous scoop of the slaw for that tangy crunch. Feel free to drizzle some of that creamy, spicy sauce we prepared earlier. A sprinkle of cilantro adds freshness, and a squeeze of lime brings a zesty kick. Those who like a little extra heat, a few slices of jalapeno will do the trick. And if you're a fan of cheese, a sprinkle of queso fresco or shredded Monterey Jack will melt beautifully into the warm tortilla and shrimp. And there you have it, mouth-watering shrimp tacos ready in just 15 minutes. And voila! Your delicious shrimp tacos are ready to be served. We've journeyed together through the process, from gathering fresh ingredients to the final assembly of our delectable shrimp tacos. We kicked off with the essential elements: succulent shrimp, tangy lime, ripe avocados, and a few more pantry staples. Remember how we marinated the shrimp to infuse them with a burst of flavor? Then we cooked them to perfection, achieving that desirable golden brown sear. We didn't stop there. We prepared our toppings, chopping and dicing to create a colorful medley. Finally, we assembled our tacos, layering each ingredient to achieve a balance of flavor and texture. Now it's your turn to bring this recipe to life in your own kitchen. Forget to share your shrimp taco adventures with us. Love to hear about your culinary journey. Good food doesn't have to take hours to prepare. Next time, happy cooking.